Okay, it's Mr. Benson here. I'm just doing an introductory video to our next topic, and as I explained the other day in class, I'd like to take a slightly different approach to this. So our next topic is equations, and we're going to be taking a slightly different approach to the traditional classroom. So as you probably know, when you're in class most of the time you have your teacher who stands up at the front of the room like so. They're probably pretty happy about this. They've got a whiteboard that they write some stuff on, and they might set you work from textbooks and all that sort of stuff. Now we've got a bunch of students who are sitting at desks in the classroom, and they are all experiencing slightly different things when this is going on. So this guy here is not happy at all because he's actually finding all this stuff really easy. So he is a little bit beyond what's going on there, and he's actually pretty bored. Now then we have another person here who is also not happy, but they're happy for the opposite reason. They're really unhappy because they have no idea what's going on. So you've kind of got the opposite extremes there. Then we've got one person over here who's actually pretty happy with what's going on. You know, they kind of get what's happening, and that's pretty cool. Now, and then we have a fourth person who isn't here at all. So this person has actually missed out on a lot of really important information that's gone on in the classroom. Now, these four people get to work on a variety of exercises over a certain amount of time, and then at the in the middle of it there might be some kind of assessment, and certainly at the end of it there'll be some kind of a test or something like that they'll all perform on to different levels depending on how they've gone. And as you guess, these two guys here might not do as well as they possibly could because they haven't been working at the level that suits them. This poor person here has missed out on a whole bunch of stuff, and so they're not going to do so well either. So we're going to try something a little bit different. Now, what the idea of this approach is that I'm not going to be standing up in front of the classroom writing on the whiteboard, so we will put a big cross through that. So what's actually going to happen here is that you are going to go home and you're going to get your netbook out in front of you, and you're going to watch some stuff on YouTube about the particular topic. Now you're going to choose the part of the topic that suits you, so where you are up to. Now you will do that. Now you're going to make some notes, so you're going to write some stuff down about what you're doing, and then the next day you're going to come to school and you're going to come into class, and you might sit at a desk with someone that you can work well with, and you might talk about your questions, and they might answer you, and they might have some questions as well. And then you can also talk to your teacher, who might be able to explain what's going on there. Then once you've done that, you're going to do some kind of assessment on mathematics. So again, you're going to go back to your netbook over there, and you're going to do some assessment. Now, two things will either happen there. One, you'll either do okay, in which case you're going to move on, so you just kind of repeat the cycle, or you might not quite be there with your understanding, and you just go back to the step over here. Now what this means is that if we think about our four people in this approach over here, well, this guy didn't have to be sad anymore because he was stuck with doing really basic work. He can go on at his own pace. This guy didn't have to be sad because the work was too hard. He can just work at his level. This person's already happy, so that's cool. And this person who's missed some stuff because they were out on sport or something like that, they can access all the same resources that everyone else can. So there's a number of advantages to this that I'd really like you to take the opportunity to enjoy might not be the right word for maths, but certainly to explore and experiment with a bit. So how this is going to work, you're going to watch a video, so there will be a video for each part of the topic. And look, I can always make more if people have questions that I don't have answers to just yet. Now, I expect you to make some notes, so you need to add to your bound reference as you're going. Then you'll also figure out whether you've got any questions or not, and the best thing to do would be to write those down when you're making your notes. There will also be some notes that I make for you that you can read and copy if you like, plus the textbook is there obviously. Then have you got any questions? When you come into class the next day, you can ask me, or you can work with your friends or ask someone else in the class who might be able to explain stuff to you. Then you're going to attempt some exercises. Now, in class, I won't be standing up for 20 or 30 minutes explaining stuff, so we'll have the whole period for you to work on exercises. Then, at some point, you'll go, this is okay, I get this stuff, and you're going to attempt an assessment task, which will be some work on mathletics, where you'll need to get 8 out of 10 questions right to satisfy that particular part. Then we'll see how you went on that. So either you're not quite there yet, in which case you just go back to particularly looking at the type of questions you got wrong, attempting some more of those, and then you'll attempt an assessment again later, or you did really well. So if you've done well, then you move on to the next thing. So you're not stuck with doing 20 exercises that are the same. If you can attempt the assessment and get a decent mark quite quickly, then you can move on as quickly as you like. So you find the next topic, and you, oh, I forgot about my little firework there. You watch the topic video for that one and go on. Okay, so what you will need to do, as I've said, you watch the video relating to the topic that you're up to. Now, if you can't get YouTube easily at home, I can provide you with copies of the videos on if you can bring in a USB stick. So while you're watching the videos, write notes and make note of anything you didn't understand. Refer to the written notes as well if you would like to use those for your bound reference. In class, well actually at home it'd be really good if you started on some of the exercises. So even if you spent 15 minutes where you started on the type of exercises that are in the video, because the sooner you do it, the sooner you'll get familiar with things. Continue to do these in class, seek help from your teacher, seek help from your friends. So when we come to the end of that topic, you're going to attempt the assessment task. If you're successful, you move on. If not, all we do is practice some more and try and identify the parts of the topic you're struggling with, so you can get help for those areas. The resources that you'll have available, there'll be the instructional YouTube videos on each part of the topic. There'll be notes to accompany each video. There's online practice and assessment using mathletics, so I'll make a bunch of exercises available to you for each part of the topic. And of course there's the textbook. Now there are other resources out there as well, online and things like that, so we'll see how we go in terms of finding other things. So let's get started. What you need to do is to return to the home page, so that's the address there, and the first video is called Introduction to Equations, and that's just a general introduction for everyone, no matter sort of what level you're at the moment. It's just going over the general ideas, and then you'll rapidly move on from there. Thank you.